And this is a video review of the Transformers Legacy Autobot Blaster and Eject, and Transformers Shatterglass Autobot Blaster and Rewind. So, I just got this guy today, and I thought I never did a review of this guy, nor the Kingdom version, so I thought let's just do a bundle review of both of them. They're essentially, well, the same figure. Even the mini bots are the same figure, but only this one is in G1 colors and this one is in shattered glass colors. So first off, let's go take a look at the packaging. So this is your standard Kingdom packaging, showing Blaster in his cassette mode or boombox mode. Blaster artwork on this side, cool Autobot artwork on that side, and Blaster and Eject in their various modes. 20 steps, and there's the QR code if you want to see the bio. Yep. And here is your shattered glass packaging. It's a bit bigger. Image of Blaster there, shattered glass. This side is Blaster and that side is Blaster. No QR code this time, but the bio is right. The bio is right there if you want to read it. There you go. And they each come with their own sets of instructions. So here's the one for Legacy Blaster. Nice and clear, crisp. And here's the one for Shattered Glass Blaster. It's essentially the same. Even the models they use is the same, except for the front part. But the model for the transformation is exactly the same, which makes sense. Let me show you the difference between the front part. This blaster is looking to the right, and this other blaster is looking to the left for some reason. But yeah, exactly the same. Okay, and here is Blaster 1 and Blaster 2 out of the package. Let me just straighten them out quickly so you can see how they look. They're essentially the same mold. And if you don't know, they're the same mold as the Kingdom release, which I didn't really get. But, you know, actually there's no point in getting that one because Legacy and Kingdom Blaster is identical. But, yeah. Taking a look at both figures, like I said, they're essentially the same. Main difference is the colors. So where you see orange here, it's this gray, whereas black is that purple. And where there's black on this side, there's gray on this side. So yeah. On the side, it's fairly clean in terms of the transformation. Much cleaner than Soundwave. We'll compare with Soundwave later on. There's the back. So yeah, really nice. Looking at the head sculpt, they do have the, you know, the plain old stern look head sculpt that the Kingdom figures have. Quite unlike the new Legacy figures where they have more expressive faces. This one is a bit harder to see, that just because it's black. But this one is actually painted really well. See the glossy black on the face, which I really appreciate. It's hard to see in the video, but up in person they're looking so good. Now comparing the mini bots, so they went ahead and chose Eject for the Legacy / Kingdom version, which means he's blue, and they made him this icky transparent blue plastic, which I don't like. I've seen pictures of breakages on this guy, so yeah, I wish they didn't choose the transparent plastic for the mini bots. Face there looks like almost like a mini Focus, a mini Soundwave. Ooh, I didn't see before. Mine has that paint blemish on the eyes. That's not too bad. It's a small figure anyway. Fairly clean again, gappy at the back. And then they chose Rewind for the mini bot for Shattered Glass Blaster. They're essentially the same figure, even the head sculpt. It's only the colorations the different. This is still transparent plastic, only fully painted white. So yeah. Now, as you know, these do transform and go to their chest, and the transformation is fairly simple. So they just fold that way. You rotate the head around, flip that to the back, and then you just accordion the legs as such, and there you go. Transforming this one. There you go. Some off-camera magic. But then here you see both of their cassette modes. Like I said, nigh on identical, only difference is the color scheme. And of course you can put them in the chest, and how it works is you don't have that shoulder button that Soundwave had. Now you press this button on the ab and you just chuck him in. There you go. Same with this guy, chuck him in. There you go. One thing I can say, this one, the cassette goes in much easier. And the joints in general on this guy is a lot looser. Not looser bad, but you know, looser in terms of I think this one is a tad too tight. Not awfully tight, but a tad tight. This one is just right. So yeah. Oh, and comparing the weapons that they have, let's just take those out. Again, they're identical. This one's black and this one's purple. This is probably the best or favorite weapon I've seen in whole of Kingdom, because that was a Kingdom character originally anyway. And my favorite weapon for Legacy so far. I just like the mold. And this one does attach on either hand, so you can just plug it there with that finger. It looks like a trigger finger, which is kind of nice. And then this one, you can also attach it at the back, so they're identical, so you can do the same thing on the other one. So there's this tab there and the slot there, so you can attach that there. Looks like he has his rifle slung on his back, which is cool as well. And you can do both vice versa. And for some quick size comparisons, here they are with Soundwave. So they're a little bit taller than Soundwave, which I think is okay, because if you remember, the toy blaster is actually a little bit taller than the toy Soundwave as well. Well, a lot taller actually, but yeah. And just because I have him, here he is with the Power of the Primes blaster. So a lot smaller than Power of the Primes blaster. And I like the colors. This brown just puts me off. But yeah. Fun fact about this guy, I got him on clearance, like, I don't know, was it 2-3 years after it was released? He was lounging in that shelf for years and years, and I took pity on him and got him. But now that I have him, I'm really happy with this guy. Anyway, and for a minibot comparison, here's Eject and Rewind with Frenzy and Rumble, in no particular order, because I don't want to get into that discussion. So yeah, there they are. I actually prefer the Frenzy Rumble mode over these ones. I don't know if because I like the mold itself or I just hate the plastic, but yeah, it is what it is. Now, since they're both the same exact figure, I'm gonna transform one. Yeah, so let's just transform one and then compare them. So let's go with the standard blaster. Remove the blaster. First thing you do, you turn the waist around, you flip this open, flip the head inside, flip that closed. The hands are the tricky part. I tried transforming him. I usually try transform these guys before I even look at the instructions. The hands really threw me off, but what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to unclip that, flip it around, and then flip this hand like so. And then for the legs, what we want to do is you open that up, flip the toes in, flip this panel out, and then you can see there is a tab there and a slot there. Oh, one thing I didn't point out, this gap wasn't really noticeable on blaster because it's black. Here it's a lot noticeable versus purple. So one thing of note. So this, I didn't even realize there was a gap until I saw this guy. That's how unnoticeable it is. But anyway, you're supposed to insert that tab into that slot over there, and then you're supposed to accordion this forward like so, and you'll hear a snap. Yeah, like that. You do the same on the other side. Open this up, rotate that down, flip the feet in, and then insert that to there, and then until you hear that click. Oop. Much trickier on camera just because you can't properly see it. There you go. There you go. And then the last step is actually just flip that up, and they meet in the middle. There you go. And then the gun, you can store it at the back, same way you store it in robot mode when it's holstered. So there's blaster in his cassette mode. To transform this other blaster, oh, I didn't show you in the other one. You can this one actually rotates. So that's like, if I show you here, that's the real boombox speaker. That's like a faux speaker in robot mode. So if you want that to kind of hide, it's not really hiding. You can actually flip this around. Yeah, it still looks like speakers, but it's not like these speakers. That makes sense. I wish they painted that black or something just to hide it, but yeah, you can do that. And there you go. So that's the two blasters in their boombox mode. And again, I really like the boombox mode, maybe a lot more than the Walkman mode of the Soundwave, which we'll compare later. But yeah, let's just have a look at these two boom boxes. So nice amount of detail there, like all the dials and the knobs. With the knob even has all of those detents, all the buttons. This still works. The speakers, there's your faux speaker. Back is really clean as well. You can see the crotch, but that's basically the only thing that you can see. I like that it has a handle. Now let me just fold that down so we can compare. Oop, we can't really. Let me fold that down so we can compare the two blasters. So there's the two blasters. So the color is a bit like they're inverted, like they're negatives, in the camera. This looks like the actual colors in the color in the film. That makes sense from the side. So yeah, really gun fell off, but yeah, really nicely done. Remove this one so you can see. I really like the boombox mode of this guy. Now for some comparisons. Okay, so quick comparisons. Here they are with Soundwave. So yeah, that's how they look. Again, slightly smaller, but that's fine. This is a Walkman, that's a boombox. And just so you know, they are cross compatible. So you can put rewind there still in cassette mode. But the other thing you can do, you can get a Soundwave cassette and put it on either blaster, right? And you can put the blaster cassette, which in this case is eject, on Soundwave. So yeah, it's a little bit there's a little bit tight, but this one is tight as well for Soundwave. So I mean the cassettes vary in size by a little bit, so some of them are tight, some of them are just right. So yeah. And another comparison, just because I have him, like I said, here he is with Titan's Return Blaster. So quite a bit bigger, but I love him. There's your size comparison. So yeah, really nice. This one took a bit of liberties on the design. Oh, and he does have a cassette too, but their cassette is definitely not cross compatible. Show you the size of the cassettes, which I didn't compare. So yeah, I don't have the eject or rewind for this guy, unfortunately. Like I said, I got him really late into the collecting, not the collecting, on the Titan's Return releases, but at that time they didn't have the cassettes anymore, and I didn't want to chase it down. So yeah. And just to show you how to transform him back, it's pretty straightforward. You don't have to remove the cassettes. First thing you do, you close that off. We then split it, or we lift this bit a little bit, and then we split this. Flip that open, flip that down so you can deploy the feet, and then just close that panel up. Really simple transformation, this guy. I really like it. Not too involved. Open that up, close that panel, flip it in. Where's that? Okay, flip that out. There you go. Oh, and you might want to flip that so it has the speakers. Flip that, it has speakers. Rotate the waist, flip the hand until you hear the click. I wish this one had a stronger detent for the hand, but that's okay. And then you flip the head open, flip the head out. There you go. There's Shattered Glass Blaster, and to transform this guy. And there you go, there's a blaster. Oop. Really nice. And that was the review. Don't mind this grumpy old guy overseeing the review. But yeah, what can I say? I really like this figure. Transformation is complex, but not too involved. Robot mode looks awesome. The cassette mode looks awesome as well. The cassettes are interchangeable with Soundwave. If there's anything that I would complain about, it's the fact that they use the clear plastic for the cassettes. And truth is we've already seen posts of people breaking their ejects. So yeah, I guess it's just a matter of time. I'm not even bothering transforming them again. They'll just stay in the chest forever. Which version you want to get? If you don't have the blaster, of course you need that for your G1 Autobot collection. This one, on the other hand, he won't fit on your G1 shelf. If you have a Shattered Glass shelf or like your variant shelf, then that's where you put him. But it's not really as essential as this guy. But truth be told, as a standalone figure, he does look great. The colors on him look awesome. And who doesn't want a classical music loving German voice speaking robot on your shelf? So yeah, that was a review. If you like that review, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you want me to make a review this guy. I've seen a lot of reviews of that guy already, so I don't know, I might. He's a really awesome figure. But yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, this has been Grimtrigger, and this has been Autobot Blaster and Autobot Blaster. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.